I am Amy Stewart. I teach English and Social Studies at Anson New Technology High School in Waitsboro, North Carolina. Anson New Tech is a part of the New Tech Network, which is a network of schools that all works under the same sort of model, in that we all teach from the beginning of the day till the end of the day in all of the students' classes in project-based learning. So every class the student goes to, they're seeing the same concepts, using the same terms, and doing the same process. What this looks like is the student in each class is given a project. They're given an entry document which introduces the project and gives them a real-world concept for what the content is going to be. They're given a rubric which gives very specific expectations for the end product, and then they discuss with the teacher their need-to-knows. So that is what they need to be taught. Working in the project does not mean that the students are not being taught. It doesn't mean that they aren't working on activities, and it doesn't mean that they aren't being assessed throughout the project. I still give quizzes, I still give direct instruction, and I still do scaffolding activities. I just do them all under the umbrella of the project. So every scaffolding activity I do, every direct instruction I give, is in some way feeding into that final product, so that the activities they're doing and the direct instruction that I'm giving has a context and there's a reason for the student to participate. Anson County is a very racially evenly divided county. It is quite nearly, let's say it's 45% Caucasian, 45% African American, and 10% a mixture of Mexican or Hispanic in some nationality, Hmong, Filipino, and a mixture. Because of that, there's a lot of race relations issues, and our school is a direct demographic mirror of the larger high school. The larger high school has probably 900 students in it. Our school has about 125. We have all levels of students from North Carolina uses level 1 through 4 system, and we have levels 1 through 4. Actually, mostly we have 1 through 3. It's rare that we will get a 4. So we start with the exact same students as the regular high school. Anson New Tech is a public high school. It is part of the North Carolina public high schools. We follow the same standards as all of the public schools in North Carolina. We do use the Common Core, and our students have to take tests at the end of the year. We have existed for 8 years, and in the 8 years that we've existed, our data has shown a distinct difference between what our data looks like and what the regular high school looks like. Our test scores are generally 30 to 50 percentage points higher than the high school, depending on the subject area. In English, our scores have ranged from about 85 to 100% proficiency, whereas the high school tends to range from about 70 to 80. In biology, the main high school tends to be about 30%, whereas our numbers tend to range from 85 to 90. Math, both sets are lower. I think the high school tends to be in the 30s, and we tend to be in the 70s to 80s. We would like our math to be higher, and that's something that we are focusing on really hard right now. But long story short, our students do not kill and drill, rarely, if ever. We focus very intently on teaching the students how to think, and teaching them how to drive deeply on a subject, and how to sort of spend time in research and figuring out how to solve a problem, and learning how to be professional and how to demonstrate their knowledge. And in so doing, we find that the students learn how to approach a test, and they do learn the content. They don't learn that through studying key terms over and over again, or doing 100 problems at home. What we really target is, if you have a weakness in an area, those are the problems that you need to drill at home. You don't need to drill everything. At this point, we have 4 years worth of graduated seniors. We're very proud of our graduated seniors and spend a lot of time keeping up with them. Our first graduating class, 100% of them graduated, and 100% of them were accepted into a post-secondary experience. Some of that is the military. Some of that is 2-year programs in whatever that student wanted to do. Some of those are at the major universities in North Carolina. So it was really just dependent on what the students want. The second year, we also had 100% graduation rate, and I believe we had 95% acceptance because we had one student who was just very stubbornly unwilling to apply to schools the third year. I believe we were also at 95% graduation rate and 100% acceptance rate to a post-secondary experience. And we are in our fourth year of graduating seniors, and we're very excited to see where they go and what they do. Right now, we're really pushing hard on the application process because October and November are when our students need to start applying, and those are when free applications come out and everything, and then we'll start harping on scholarships and that sort of thing. But it's an exciting time to be a senior teacher because you get to really sort of see where their plans go and how they evolve. A lot of our students come back to visit after they go to school because we are such a small school, and we teach them. A lot of students I end up teaching every year for 4 years. If I don't teach them for 4 years, a lot of them I've taught for 3 years. So they do get very close to their teachers, so they do want to come back and visit us when they come into town. And we get a lot of feedback from them on the fact that they are in a lot of ways more prepared than the other people who come that they're in school with. I get feedback from the students on things like English and reading and writing, which is great, and those are wonderful things for me to hear. But we also get excellent feedback on some very specific things in particular. Our students always say that they are more prepared to work in groups, which they have to do a lot in college, they're finding, and in their oral communication skills. They are typically leading workshops in their college classes on things like how to give a presentation and how to build a PowerPoint and how to speak with poise and how to work with teams. I've even had students come back and say that they're giving workshops in their college classes on things like how to cite their work and how to write papers, because those are things that they come in with confidence and can do and don't have to be taught. And students who have sat and listened to a teacher for 4 years teach to them and not had to deliver information and present on a regular basis themselves aren't prepared for the level of regular presentations that colleges are asking for at this point.